Hello everyone. I am going to discuss about the subject cryptography and network security, presenting by Manjunath Iyer, Assistant Professor EC Department from Canara Engineering College. Here, the first module is about transport level security. We are going to focus on uh, how to provide the security when we are sending a data from one place to another place, and how the security can be achieved by using transport level. So this presentation includes web security, why the security is required uh, to provide for the data when the data is communicating over a network, web security consideration, like why we consider the web security, okay, what are the points uh, makes us to consider the web security, and next, web security threats, what are the possible threats, okay, that can attack the data so when we are communicating over a network. The next topic I am going to discuss about web security. So before we understand what is web security, we need to understand some basic concepts. Okay, so as we all know that we are using internet, okay, so widely, and we are so much addicted to use. We are using internet in a different platform, or we are for a different sectors. We are using for business to run their business, and in the government sector also they are using, and personally also we are using internet so much. So coming to the business, they are using their own they are using their own internet network and their web server to run their business, like to run the hospital and to run the school, college, and hotel. So in the government sector, they are using the internet to store the information related to Aadhaar card, PAN card, and etc. Personally also we are using internet to use Twitter, Gmail, Facebook, and WhatsApp, so on. Okay, so we are all using internet network for several purpose. Here we are uh, storing our personal details, okay, and the personal details sometimes we are sending through internet network. So the point is, okay, so whatever data we are storing, okay, and we can use it in future, so that should be accessed by only the authorized person. Okay, it can be viewed by, or it can be modified by only the authorized person. Okay, so in case, okay, the data, our personal data, okay, if it is used by, or if it is viewed by and modified by, okay, third parties or unauthorized parties, so without information, so we can say that we don't have any security for the data, okay, that we are communicating through internet. Okay, so when it is occurred, okay, so we can say that internet and web are vulnerable. So we need to adapt some protocols, or we need to adapt some techniques to provide the data. Okay, so when we are sending data from one place to another place over internet or network. Okay, so here we are going to study about different protocols or techniques. Okay, SSL, TLS, HTTPS, and SSH. Coming to the abbreviation SSH, it's a secure socket layer protocol, and TLS is transport layer security, HTTPS hypertext transport protocol security, and SSH secure shell protocol. Okay, so as we all know that what is a protocol, so protocol is nothing but it's a set of rules. Here we are going to set some rules, okay, uh, okay, we are going to set some rules, okay, so when we are sending a data over a network, okay, and we are introducing these protocols or techniques in a transport layer, so that is very important to, okay, know here. So we are introducing all these protocols or techniques in a transport layer. So we know about okay, OSI layers, 7 layers, okay, physical layer, data link layer, okay, network layer, transport layer, session layer, okay, presentation layer and application layer. So where we are introducing these techniques then, so we are introducing these techniques in one of the, okay, 7 OSI layer, that is transport layer, okay. So in order to provide the security for our personal data, so when we are communicating over network or internet, okay. So module 1 is about only the learn about the protocols and techniques, okay. These techniques are protocols SSL, TLS, HTTPS and SSH, okay. So by using these protocols, how we can achieve to provide the security for our data, okay. Let's move on to next topic. So next I am going to discuss about web security considerations. So here, so some points which makes to consider the web security, some factors makes to use the to consider the web security. So let's go one by one. So we know that internet is two-way, so that means we can send the data and we can receive the data at a time. And the complex software, okay, so these are the softwares where they are vulnerable to, okay, variety of attacks, okay, by using okay, few softwares. So we are able to explore our data, okay, to the third parties or attackers. So most of the cracked softwares or cracked operating systems are what they are vulnerable to the variety of attacks. So most of the softwares that we are using in our system, okay, laptop or desktop, they are actually complex software. Suppose if we are using, okay, licensed version operating system and licensed version software, okay, by using these licensed version softwares, so we are not allowing attackers or a third parties, okay, to steal our data, they can view our data. So this is what the meaning complex software. Web server subverted, here the meaning is the subverted, the data can be, okay, I mean third parties, they can attack our data and they can destroy the data, okay. So here the attackers, they are interested in spoil the reputation, I mean reputation can be damaged, and they are interested to steal our money, okay, and they are gain access to data and system, okay. So let's say for example, person A, he wants to send a message to the person B, okay, he wants to send a message to the person B over a network, okay, so over a network. So now attackers are an unauthorized party, so I will come in between, okay. So if that network is not secure, it's not having any security, okay, so what he can do is, let's say unauthorized person is what, okay, C. Now if that network is not having security, or it is, okay, not having okay, security related, okay, we are not adopted, so person C can what, he can just view our data, okay, he can view our data. That means what person is trying to convey to the person B. So attackers is just interested in just to see the data, okay, what is data is communicating between A and A, person A and B. wherein other side, okay, he is already able to gain the data. I mean, he is able to access our data. Okay, in other side, so he can modify it. He can modify it. He can modify it. He can modify it. So what data actually is sending between, I mean, what okay, message is okay, person A is trying to convey to person B. So exact message is not sending to the B. So unauthorized person, first the message is received by unauthorized person from, okay, person A. It will reach to person C. Person C will do some modification, then he will send something different. Okay, he is going to send a message something different what the message is sent by person A. Okay, exact message is not actually reaching to the person B, because message is, okay, sending by person C after modification. Okay, and one more, okay, chance that attackers is having is able to destroy the data. What message is shared by, okay, what message is shared by person A will be will completely destroyed by, okay, attacker. So he is not allowing person B to receive a message, receive a message, the which message is sent by person A. Okay, so all three chances is with, okay, attacker. First one, you can just view the data. Second one, you can modify the data. Third one, you can completely destroy the data. Okay, so now let's say, for example, okay, how they will damage the reputation. So coming to the, okay, Twitter account, let's say for, okay, let's say for example, okay, so they will target some, okay, person so is okay, having well reputation in the society. So they will target some people, and first they will try to hack the hack his personal, okay, Twitter account, personal, okay, password and okay, ID. So attackers, what they will do, so once they are able to okay, open their Twitter account, so on behalf of the legitimate user, so they are trying to keep the message, or they are trying to post the message, okay, which is unnecessary, or which is not having any meaning. Okay, unnecessary, okay, post they are trying to post it in Twitter account on behalf of the legitimate user. Okay, so by posting unnecessary messages, they are trying to what? Damage the reputation of the legitimate user. So next, coming to the, okay, money lost. So here attackers, they are interested to steal our, okay, money or amount. Okay, so now they are able to gain our access to data and system. So which is why we have to go for web security. Now casual and untrained users. So here the users should have awareness about, okay, how the attackers they will attack on our data, personal data, so that so users can what, they can take some, okay, precautionary measurements. Okay, so if he is don't having that okay, awareness about the attacks, is don't have any knowledge how to, okay, give the security for his data or system. Let's say for example, I have my own system. Okay, so I want okay, only I need to use my system. Okay, I don't want others to be use my laptop. So what best I can, okay, do, so I will okay, give some okay, password. Okay, so before I get enter into the, okay, drivers, and before I am going to access the, okay, driver content, so I am going to what, give some password. Okay, password. So if somebody want to okay, open, and if somebody want to use my laptop, okay, so they should know, okay, what is the password I have given to my system. Okay, so this is how okay, so we can take some precautionary measurements to avoid the data stealing by unauthorized person. So next, web security threats. So what are the possible threats so that we can face? Okay, so mainly okay, attackers or attacks have two categories. One is passive attack, another one is active attack. So in passive attack, so here there will be a, okay, eavesdropping and gaining access, or eavesdropping and gaining access. Here the attacker just they will view the data, okay, just they will view the data. So what data is communicating between, okay, person A and person B, I have explained in the previous slide. Okay, so is not interested to modify or is not interested to destroy the data. Okay, just you want to, okay, just to see what is the data is communicating between the two person or legitimate users. So in active attack, the attackers, they are interested in altering the message, I mean they are modifying the message, or they can what, impersonating, okay, so they can destroy. So as I had told already, so third party, he can view the data, he can modify the data, and he can destroy the data. Okay. So if the attacker is able to just view the data, so that is a passive attack. That is, okay, he was dropping. So in an active attack, on the other side, there is an active attack. So they can modify or they can alter our data, or they can destroy the data. Okay. Coming to the threat. Okay. So there is a web browser. We are using several browsers, right, to fetch the details about anything. So we can go for Google browser, or we can go for Firefox, or we can go for Internet Explorer. Okay, so many such browsers are available, and we will go with the, or we will select so which is convenient to use for us. So next, web server. Yes. Okay, suppose I'm using a YouTube is having its own server. Okay, so and suppose I'm using, okay, Gmail, okay, personally, so I'm going to what, access my access Gmail server. Okay, so in Gmail server, what like, okay, all the users details are deployed in the, okay, Gmail server. So before we create our own account, personal account, we are providing our details, okay, user ID, password, okay, our first name, last name, everything. Okay, so that details will be stored in database, okay, Gmail database server. So next time when we want to log in, okay, so when we have given valid user ID and password, so it will, okay, search okay, valid user ID and password. If it is valid user ID and password is available in database or server, it will allow us to, okay, get into the okay, Gmail account. So else, so it will throw a message, okay, either ID or, okay, password that we have entered is not, okay, valid. Okay, so that is all. Yeah, YouTube also, okay, so many videos, okay, we are what, uploading, okay, all the videos are what stored in okay, YouTube database or YouTube server. Okay, so it is available in a server or a, okay, database. So when we want to watch it, just we'll type okay, what particular okay, videos we are looking for. If it is available, yes, so we are able to watch it. This is how. So network traffic between browser and the server. Okay, so traffic is nothing but it's okay, data that we are using over a network between the browser and server. Here the meaning traffic is data. Okay, data. So now the server should be in safe and browser should be safe. If it is attacked by, okay, attackers or unauthorized use, so they can modify or they can destroy, or okay, so they can, okay, go, or they can do their activities as they want. Okay, so security is very important to provide. So let's get into the next topic. This is very important topic because previously, okay, question has come from the same topic. So it's about a comparison of threads on web. Okay, we are going to compare the different threads so that we can face in the web. So let's see what is integrity, confidentiality, denial of services, okay, and authentication here. Okay, for all the four okay facets, 1 2 3 4, okay, four facets, what are the threats we can face and what are the consequences, problems, okay, so because of these threats, okay, and what are the problems, nothing but consequences we will face, and what is the counter measures, like how we can take the precautionary measurements. Now let's see what is integrity. So integrity is very important actually. Okay, so for integrity, what are the threads here? So threads here, the attackers can make the modification of user data. They can introduce the Trojan horse. Let me explain the Trojan horse, okay, in very simple manner. So actually the concept of Trojan horse is very big. Okay, the Trojan horse, uh, it's actually okay, browser malicious. Okay, it's trying to steal the data through the Trojan horse. It's a kind of virus. Okay, Trojan horse is kind of virus. Okay, so they'll create the virus. Attackers, they'll create the virus and they will release in the, okay, internet. Okay, so they'll release the okay virus in the internet along with the software. Let's say for example, okay, have some software. Yes, they have built the software along okay with they are building a software, building a software. So they will build the virus also, and they will release in the internet. So when the user, okay, when he's downloaded the software, so he's going to download the software along with the virus, and when he's installed the software in his PC, okay, the virus will become activate. Virus will become activate. So when the virus has become, after virus has become activated, this virus is now having the full control or rights to access our data, okay, which we have stored in our system. It's having fully authorized to access our data, so it can modify, it can destroy, okay, all the rights is now virus is having after we have installed those software. Okay, and when the virus is become activated, it gets the, okay, full control over the data of our system. So modification of memory, okay, so they can modify the memory content, they can edit and they can delete and they can destroy the memory. Modification of message traffic. Traffic is nothing but the data here, the message data, so they can go for modification. So now, because of these threats, what are the problems we can face? So there is a loss of information if it is edited or if it is deleted. Okay, so in any manner we are going to lose the information, compromise the machine. So it is going to, okay, we need to compromise with the machine like our system. Vulnerability to all the user or other threats. Okay, so now what are the countermeasures or what are the counter okay precautionary measurements? Cryptographic checksum. So here cryptographic checksum are like okay, these are some mathematical okay, some mathematical okay, concepts we'll introduce here. So when we have the option cryptographic checksum, so through this checksums we'll come to know that we'll verify our files, we'll store the files. No, if it is attacked by the attacker through the trojaners, let's say for example the file is attacked by the trojaners, it has done some modification. If I have some checksums, cryptographic checksums, in my system, so so the file which is encountered for attack, so it is verified by the checksum, and it will say that this file is modified in the particular date, in which date it is modified and what data is modified. You come to know that. So that is what integrity. So integrity is nothing but so when the attacker is attacked our data or a file, the file content, so we'll come to know that when it is modified and what data is modified. That is what the concept of integrity. So now the confidentiality is very confidentiality, we know that. So we are able to send a message between the one end to another end, so confidentially, like the other person should not able to access it. We are giving some confidentiality to the data that we are sending. So here threads, eavesdropping on the net. So we know that already. What is eavesdropping? They are able to just view the data. They are interested is just they will view the data. They are not going to do any modification, or they are not going to destroy it. Theft of information from the server. The server, they will steal the data from the server. Theft of data from the client. Let's say I am a client. I'm using some server like YouTube server or Gmail server. So they will steal my personal details. Information about the network configuration. So what are the configuration we have made to our system, so all the details they can hack. Next, information about which a client talks to server. Like let's assume that we are a client. We are using, sometimes we are using Gmail, sometimes we are using YouTube, and sometimes we are using other server, like WhatsApp, web, any server we can use. But all these details can be hacked by the third parties. So which servers I have connected today, and so yesterday I have connected to the which server. All these details can be stolen by can be stolen by the threats. That's the problems. What problems we can face? Loss of information and loss of privacy. Yes. So what are the service for what and all services servers I have connected? So that should be so uh, we have to keep it in in a so privacy should not explode to someone else. If it is explored to someone else, so there is no privacy, right? So loss of privacy. Counter measures. Encryption. So there is a encryption and decryption in cryptography. You are already learned in 7th semester. So we are going to make that data, I mean we are going to change that plain text towards hypertext by using some key, private key or public key of a user. Every user having a pair of key, private key and public key. So either you can use a private key or either you can use a public key. So while encryption, user has used his private key. When now the message is in the form of ciphertext. So at the receiver side, if you want to get the text message, you should change the ciphertext to text message by using a public key of user, sender, public key of a sender. Suppose user while under encryption, if he is using a public key, public key, so receiver have to use his own private key to decrypt it. It's a what is that is what actually encryption. So I should not export to web server. So by introducing a web proxy, so we can avoid it. So in denial of services, next coming to the third point, denial of services. Here the meaning denial is delay. Is the meaning of denial, it's a delay. Here attacker is interested to give the give the service to the legitimate user with some delay. Let's say I'm a legitimate user, I'm going to access some services from the server. Let's say, for example, okay, so I'm a student from VTU. So when the result, okay, is out, so we used to what we are trying to access the VTU server by, okay, passing or by sending a request with a valid USN number. Okay, same like, okay, all the VTU okay, students from various places, they are trying to access the VTU, okay, server when the result is out. And VTU server will so busy in attending all the, okay, request and give the services. Okay, if it is free, okay, VTU server is free, so it will give the request, sorry, it will send a service, give the service so fast, only if the server is free. If server is not free, so obviously, okay, it sends a request, service with some delay. The same thing we can, okay, relate here. So client is, okay, legitimate user is trying to access the okay, server, but attacker, you don't want that, okay, request is accepted by the server and send the services so fast. So what he is doing here, I mean, attacker is trying to, okay, attack the server with sending some bogus, okay, request, okay, sending a bogus request, so that now the server is so busy in attending a bogus request and is, okay, give the services. Now the legitimate user, he will receive his service from the server with some delay. Okay, so this is what the intention of the attacker here. Okay, attacker, you want to okay, get the you want okay, attacker, you want to make that server so busy so that a legitimate user, you will get the service from the server with some delay. This is what is intention. Now threats are, how we can achieve threats are, okay, killing of user threats. Okay, so when we are sending a, okay, request to the server will treat that request as a threats. Server will treat that request as a threats. Okay, so now that attacker is not allowing that just, okay, threat to reach the server. So before it is going to reach the server, is going to kill that threat, or is going to kill that request. Okay, flooding machine with a bogus request. So is keep on sending a bogus request so that he make the server so busy in attending bogus request only. Okay, so that it will give the response to the legitimate users some delay. Filling up disk or memory. So memory of the server is going to fill, so that if memory is free, so it will accept the request and store in, okay, in the memory space, then it will, okay, give the response later. If memory is full, no, it is not going to accept it. Isolating a machine by DNS attack. So what is DNS? So here the meaning of DNS is, meaning of DNS is domain name server, domain name, sorry, system. DNS means domain name system. Okay, it will get into the, okay, it will connect it to the, okay, server with URL. Okay, so it will connect to URL with IP address. For example, okay, so when I want to enter to the, okay, Gmail, or I want to access the Gmail, so I'll type the Gmail in Google search, so it will show the several okay, options. So so we need, if we want to, okay, go for a Gmail, or if you want to access it, so we'll go with the Gmail, or we'll select a, okay, Gmail which is having that, okay, genuine URL, okay, gmail.com. so it will connect it to the domain with the URL. Okay, so he's going to isolating that is going to isolating that DNS attack. Problems that we can face with denial of services: disruptive, annoying, prevent user from getting work done. Okay, legitimate user will get the work with some delay. Okay, so difficult to prevent. Most of the time, denial of services is not able to what prevent it. So best example is, see, when we are entering or when enrolling for, okay, like any domain or any, okay, something we want to register. So if we observe, okay, while we are enrolling, so it will ask a question. So please click on the images which is having signal light, okay, signal light or motorcycle, so like that, no. So you will send a message. I mean, attacker will flooding a. I mean, attackers is trying to send a bogus request with by using a machine, actually, using a machine. Machine, okay, his job is just keep on sending a bogus message, but machine will not able, is not having that okay, smartness. It is not that having intelligence to find the images which is having, okay, like a particular to answer that particular question. It has to select the image which is having motorcycle, which is having what, okay, traffic signal light, so like that, so we can avoid it. Okay, so here, so when the question has come, like click on the images to enter, okay, machine to enter the, to select the particular images according to the question. So manual intervention is required. Okay, so when manual intervention is there, the bogus message which is sending by attacker will get some delay. So like that we can, okay, suppress the bogus request sending by the attacker. Authentication is very important. Okay, so threats are, possible threats are impersonation of legitimate users and data forgery. Consequences that we can face here: misrepresentation of user, belief that false information sometimes will become valid. So counter measures are cryptography technique. Again, we'll go for encryption and decryption. Okay, encryption is at the sender side, decryption is at the receiver side. Okay, all the users having pair of keys, private key and public key. Okay, so based on sender is using his private key or public key, so receiver have to use public key and private key respectively. Okay, so both are, they are going to share their private key. They are, see, private key is not going to share with, okay, anybody, okay, anyone else. But okay, public key will be, can be shared with, okay, all the users, but private key is a private key. Okay, have to keep so confidential. Okay? It should not stay with, okay, others. So like that, by introducing a cryptographic technique, okay, so we can provide the authentication. I mean, we can achieve the authentication. Okay, so hoping that you have understood well. Okay, thank you so much.